Country singer Jason Aldean just had his new hit music video censored, pulled from CMT Country Music Television because it contrasts the incredible differences between life in a small town and life in liberal hellholes, also known as cities. And of course, it's being called racist, and it has some pro-gun lyrics in there. It's pro-self-defense, and it's being called a modern-day lynching song. I'll leave a link to the official upload on YouTube. It's called Try That in a Small Town. And surprisingly, YouTube, at least not yet, hasn't censored it. I would play some of it, but the music studios get very picky when you play some of their songs and music videos. It's quite a bit different with news clips. It'll automatically get detected. So just after you're done watching this, click the link in the description below. Go watch it for yourself. And guess who has the top thumbed up comment? Of course, yours truly with 27,000 likes. Where I said CMT censored this video, and that's a clear indication that it's great, so I looked it up, and it sure is. Interesting how countless rap songs encourage murder sprees, drug dealing, pimping, and countless other crimes, and they're celebrated by the media, but a video by a country singer about self-defense and neighbors looking out for each other is banned. The liberal media hates this song almost as much as they hate the new film, The Sound of Freedom, starring Jim Caviezel, which is on track to reach $100 million at the box office, despite it being filmed on a budget of less than $15 million. Because, well, that movie raises awareness about one of the favorite activities of a certain group of people in Hollywood and other elite circles. And so here's the LA Times denouncing Jason Aldean's Try This in a Small Town, saying that it's shameful. And so, naturally, it's the right's song of the summer. You bet it is. This is Variety, which is a Hollywood industry publication that says Jason Aldean already had the most contemptible country song of the decade. The video is even worse. What's contemptible is what liberalism and liberal policies have done to cities across the country by city councils and the mayors, which now look like apocalyptic horror films, like this footage from a Walgreens in San Francisco, which the staff says gets shoplifted from 20 times a day. Look at this. They had to chain up the ice cream so that people don't steal it, and the frozen TV dinners, and the pizzas, and, well, pretty much everything in this entire store. Except for the sunscreen, of course. For some strange reason, I can't seem to put my finger on, the demographics of the shoplifters just don't seem to be interested in stealing that. The music critic who wrote this article in Variety goes on to complain that Aldean's Try It in a Small Town is close to being the most cynical song ever written about the implicit moral superiority of having a limited number of neighbors. I think you mean living in a small town, and of course they're morally superior to you, city scum. But he still couldn't stop complaining, so he later took to Twitter to say, quote, "I keep wondering where the disconnect exists in the mind like Jason Aldean's. Like, he says he was celebrating homespun virtues. He really doesn't get that to the rest of the world. It sounds completely menacing." It's menacing, he says, to live in a friendly town where your neighbors look out for each other. What's menacing is living in the city where you don't know who the hell's living next to you and who's, well, in San Francisco, pooping on the streets. Singer Sheryl Crow, who I didn't even know still made music after her one-hit wonder in the early 1990s about how great Santa Monica Boulevard is in Los Angeles, which is a total hellhole, called out Jason Aldean for supposedly promoting violence in his song, saying this isn't American. Of course, the song hit #1 on iTunes, and many people are surprised that CMT Country Music Television would censor such a great song and music video, but they are actually owned by MTV, moronic television. And during the Country Music Television Awards this year, they, of course, had to include some drag queens because, like I always say, you can't have a mainstream award show these days without them. Look at this cute girl singing her song, and then behind her are a bunch of, well, I can't accurately describe what I think of them or how they look, because then I would get banned, but I'm sure you can read my mind. And by the way, MTV is such a failure that aside from not airing music videos for the last 25 years, they finally got around to shutting down MTV News as well. Because if you're not going to be a music channel and air music videos, then it certainly doesn't make any sense talking about news having to do with music. So MTV News totally shut down. The MTV News YouTube channel, social media accounts on all platforms, completely abandoned. Believe it or not, millennials and Zoomers back in the 1990s, MTV and MTV News were actually cool. They were like the Spotify and the Apple Music of, well, music, but I don't know what happened. Well, actually, they got the liberal mind virus, and the MTV News YouTube channel barely got 500,000 subscribers. And let's just take a quick trip down memory lane at some of their most recent uploads. 2 months ago, when they finally abandoned the platform, their most recent video got 2.6 thousand views, 13,000 views, 4.2 thousand views. Oh, look at this. 1.3 thousand views. This might be the record here. It's one with 964,000 views. MTV News couldn't even crack 1,000 views on a video. My goal is to get more viewers than CNN on a regular basis. And sometimes we literally do, but with the algorithm suppressing and shadow banning and not showing my videos up in the recommended section on the homepage and the up next column, it is pretty tough. But at least my videos averaged about 100 times more views than MTV News. Well, I mean, when they were still in business. Now, obviously, I'm getting way more. Join my exclusive Locals community for $5 a month by clicking the link in the description below to get access to all the content that's a little too sensitive for me to post on YouTube. Locals is like a members-only Facebook page, except they actually allow free speech, and it's a way to sponsor my channel and get access to the exclusive community. So click the link in the description below and check it out.